We're going to look at a biotech, APLD. This is no, it's not a biotech. This is some weird blockchain thing. I got the right one. Applied Digital, crypto mining. Okay. What do we call this? An industrial company? You know, it's a very stable cash flow company, but I wouldn't pay 25 times for it. That's crazy talk. Tobacco stocks usually trade at a deep discount. Tobacco stocks are usually like 10 to 15 times earnings. So people are excited about these other products like Zen, but they completely own Zen. I don't think Mo owns Zen. So I wonder what valuation Mo is trading at. Yeah, Tucker is probably a little butthurt, but that's okay. I gotta text him, see what the story is. But I'm not a Zen guy, so like, I feel like I'd just be nosy. I love Tucker, man. He's a good dude. We don't agree. In fact, we don't agree on most things, but he's still a solid guy. We agree on some stuff. I mean, we're both kind of anti-government. That's our bond, but we disagree on technology, probably disagree a little bit on religion. All right, so I'm going to call this like pretty miscellaneous category here. Applied Digital. I've never heard of this company in my life. I thought this was a biotech. Like, it is not. Okay, they didn't make their 10K filing on time. Good signs. Oh yeah, he has a couple of, lately he's had some weird takes. That Hitler thing, the Churchill Hitler thing was super weird. But the thing about Tucker is he's trying to make you think. And that includes thinking dangerous thoughts. That's not a thought I particularly like or agree with, but who's to say you can't think it? I think that's the big challenge is like, are we willing to think about, is it okay to have certain thoughts? At least ruminate on them, even if you don't believe in them, think about them. Is this true or not? You could even disagree, maybe. So I think to some extent that's one of the things he tries to do. He's a pretty smart dude. There's a reason the man's name will live in infamy forever as one of the most evil people to ever grace our planet. You'd have to be crazy to think otherwise. There are crazy people out there. But now, almost 100 years after World War II, there are some questions that some of the pain, very little of it, but some of the pain is now past to the point where we could ask other questions. I'm not a historian, so I really don't know. I know what we read in school. And if you actually go to Auschwitz and things like that, you can learn. You can see how horrific it was, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so they have 7 crypto mining customers, 286 megawatts. So they have 2 North Dakota facilities they're basically North Dakota. Oh, they're doing GPUs too? That's funny. They got 6,000 GPUs, 2 customers. These guys are actually doing crypto, GPUs, and data centers. Very interesting. One of our customers is 62% of revenue. Okay. GMR Limited are related party transactions. Okay, maybe no longer. Okay, a lot of loans. All right, let's see the revenue. Okay. Really low margin. Gross margins, 10 to 20%. Then you have those pesky other costs. Oh man, I can't. Then you have interest expense. It looks pretty ugly. Yes, chat, you see this income statement? Could you imagine running that business? Yeah, man, you just got to turn it around. I just got to boost my gross margin. Hold up. Let me cook. Let me cook. Next year, I'm going to take my gross margin. Okay, hold on. First of all, I'm going to grow revenues by double. How? I don't know. This is going to happen, all right? Next, Stop it, Jaden. You're a hater. Next, my gross profit margin is going to go to 20%. Yeah, just like that. Okay. My SG&A next. My SG&A, I'm cutting in half. Turnaround complete. 17 million pre-tax. Now that interest expense is going to be a problem. I'm going to go to the banks and tell them like this. Listen, I know I owe you this money, but what happened was I can't pay it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you for a discount on the interest. I ain't got it, dogs. I ain't got it. So I'm going to give you some equity instead. All right? I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to raise some equity. People are going to put my stock price. And I'm just going to pay a little bit of that debt. So my interest goes down. Now I'm profitable. Okay? 20 years later, we paid off all the debt. And that equity, you know, we start to pay that off too. Let's look at the balance sheet. There's always more to the story, so there's more, you know. The cash flow statement could be different too. Markham, my old auditor. They do a lot of small caps. Okay, cash is a little light. Cash is a little on the light side right now. We got 3 mil. Just my girlfriends have more aggregate cash than that from me. Just my girlies are holding more than that. Or my debt. Okay, 10 in debt here. There's like 6 kinds of debt they have. Nibble's worth more than 3, absolutely. All right, so they got a lease liability, operating lease, financial lease, and long-term debt. And they had a related party loan, but that's gone. They have money they owe a custody. Let me be nice and just like do just this debt. Because the operating lease and finance lease may not be real. Got the senior secured mezzanine debt. Okay. So the debt situation is bad, but it's not that bad. Cash flow is what's more important. Oh, phew, thank God. Okay, it's cash flow positive. Phew. Oh, but it's not free cash flow positive. I don't know what to tell you, man. There's no way this thing stays solvent, right? The thing about shorting $5 stocks is it's actually pretty difficult. Yeah, dog, I don't know. Maybe you can find an edge on this, but there's where they don't file. But they literally can't last another quarter at this rate. Yeah, I've heard of benchling. Okay, we got Wes Cummins, hedge fund guy, it looks like. Hedge fund semis. Got this guy. Got Michael Maniscalco. 0 companies listed. Who the hell are these people, man? This guy seems at least a little more legit. I don't know. Oh, okay, maybe they got a financing. Okay, hold on. Hold up. NVIDIA? Stop. Okay, so they raised 160. Okay, so they're gonna make it to next quarter. All right, it just got interesting. So the shares outstanding went up to 49. Okay, and cash went up 160. So they're straight on cash for a minute. There's no way these guys are worth $1 billion because there's other people who have like cloud data centers and stuff like that. They're not worth what this is worth. I don't know if you can look at the EBITDA when your business is buying CapEx and renting it to others. It's hard to exclude depreciation. Oh, they had issues? Okay, so they're gonna do a deal with Azure probably, or someone like that, with a US-based hyperscaler for 400 megawatt capacity. So they're gonna do this for others. Maybe even somebody I know, who knows? Someone was asking me about this stock, somebody in this industry. I gotta go back and think about that. Cloud was only 29 mil, so they're still doing the legacy crypto stuff. So Revenue grows fast in this area, so like theoretically, this could actually go up quite a bit. And like 137 legacy crypto, well, let's just say it goes 5x plus 145. Yeah, man, I don't know. This is still short. I mean, they're saying they're going to stay in business, which is good, and they're getting into a much smarter business. All good stuff for the company, but I can't see how this is like a buy. It's no fucking way, right? Because you can buy NVIDIA chips and rent them out too. Why would you pay the huge premium to these guys? Right? Anybody can start that kind of business. The fact NVIDIA invested in them is pretty bizarre too. Who wants to see me rekindle with Lauren? What do you guys think? We can even stream together. We've done it. We've tried it 2 or 3 times now. It's not going to happen. All right, day one is a drug company. So let's look at their press releases using the Godel terminal. I type in their ticker and just press N. That's it. All I got to do is press N. All of their official press releases come up. I don't have to go anywhere else. No ads, no nothing. Just money in the bank. They did a $175 million pipe. Okay. They sold a PRV. Okay, so they have a drug called Ojemda. Weren't they doing GBM? 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝗏. Glioma. Childhood glioma. 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝗏, first approved drug for glioma. Or is there's another glioma drug. Remember the Gliadell's wafers? Pretty solid results, I'll say. BRAF positive glioma. What's that, 6 people? No, I'd imagine most gliomas are BRAF positive, but I don't know. 20 tablets, $34,000. Oh, this is a Takeda drug. Okay, so it's like $34K a month, $400,000 a year. This could be a big product. The patent's got to be long gone. Orange book. This drug's been passed around so many companies, it reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. So it's got to be 7 years orphan and then it's over, right? Okay, so it's formulation patent and 7 years orphan. So it's basically 7 and out. 2 months, $8 million in launch. Ipsen paid, $100 million up front. Ipsen's smart, man. So getting 21 people on the drug. Well, that's annual revenue. Let's see. So yeah, they got around 80 people on the drug then. I mean, these patients don't live very long. I guess if they're in a CR, they are going to live long. You got 7 years, so 3 full years, 4 full years, 5 full years, 6 full years, and this year is the generic year. I'm using the Godel terminal. Superior in every way to Bloomberg. Does Godel get its data from? Well, exchanges, other top vendors, news wires. No, I didn't pitch Michael Bloomberg, but he does know about our product. I'm trying to put him out of business. It's going to be a tough one. Kramer doesn't have a terminal. Okay, so they sold a PRV for 108. Kramer's the physical terminal. It's a walking terminal. Somebody told Bloomberg. I'll leave it at that. You don't need more details. But yeah, somebody told Mike directly. Look, man, Mike's my hero. But I'm not afraid to call him lazy. The terminal hasn't been updated in 10 years, most of those functions. Bloomberg doesn't have a light mode. I think maybe you can actually change the Bloomberg light mode. I think you can actually. I think I've seen that. Yeah, so pretty high survival. So who's getting relapsed? 10%? So 1,600 patients a year somewhere here. But that's just new patients. So you have 160 every year that are eligible for this drug, basically. And then you're going to have the old patients relapse. How many people could take this drug? That's the question we're asking. After they do take the drug, how many of them will stay on the drug? So you could sort of argue that, okay, there's 160 new people, 75% of them are eligible to take the drug. let's get the data. They were able to find 137 for the trial, which is tells you something. Let's look at the data in the journal. One more time, this is 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗡𝗡, Nature Medicine. She's studying the data with me right now, right? She's taking a look. What do you think, Kitty? Yeah, I agree. Very good response rate. Very good response rate. Why don't we buy the stock immediately? No, not immediately. She's following the mouse. Yeah, get it, Kitty. Paw. Use your paws. You get it. All right, overall response rate 67%. DOR 16.6. Some of these people will have pretty long responses. Some of them won't. Oh no. Get him, Kitty, get him. Yeah, hit him. Hit him with your paw. Yeah, get him. He's over here now. No, yeah, get him, Kitty, you're tough. All right, so 120 new people every year, bare minimum, will try the drug, I would imagine. Most of these people will try it. So basically, they'll add 120 patients a year, and 60 will fall off because they die or move on to another therapy. So basically plus 60. And that's ignoring people who relapse from illness. I don't know how many relapsers there'll be. So if there's 10,000 people living with the illness, if just 5% of them relapse a year, that's another big patient pool. Let me see if I can find that. PLGG relapse. That's pretty bullish, actually. Well, you can get radiation again, I guess, but this could be $1 billion drug. Could probably get acquired. Yeah, it's a buy. It's a buy. But it's only 7-year orphan drugs, so that's kind of one of the other issues. It doesn't cost much to sell a drug like this. Very little. 1.2 billion, huh? What are you gonna do about the orphan drug stuff, though? There's no patent. Putting in like a tax-free situation. I don't know about retailers. So like, it's not a very good NP. Well, not bad. That ain't bad though. But this is like base case. More likely they will also get the relapse. So we'll say 10,000 people have the disease, 3% relapse a year. 75% of those have BRAF. Man, that's another 200 patients. Net present value is the value of the company. It's pretty important. Maybe they can move to frontline too. Let's check who the stockholders are. I just type in HDS and hit enter. I got stockholders right there. RA Capital, famous hedge fund, venture capital fund managed by 𝗕𝗢𝗄𝗁𝗁𝗁 over in Boston. Atlas, who is most likely their VC, they'll be selling that. Braidwell, who is Braidwell? I've never heard of Braidwell. Braidwell Limited Partners is a hedge fund. Alex Carnell. Oh, is that, oh, I met this dude. He doing all right. I gotta add him to my hedge fund list. If you guys want real secrets here, the secrets of hedge funds, they're in this file here that I keep. I'm gonna update it. I gotta update my other secret hedge fund file. It's in my GitHub. They don't want you to see what's in there. Only trading 3 bill. Now, I mostly learned at a Tiger Cub. Kramer was like almost like an internship. Basically an internship. It was full-time all year round for me, but it was still kind of an internship, so it wasn't really, I didn't learn very much. Everyone there is like a information arbitrage goon. That's insulting, but information arbitrage has become less easy, I'll say that. It's also very kind of dangerous to be trading information that's like close to insider information. But there are some good people that work there. Yeah, I was paid, yes. As far as I was concerned, it's a full-time job. Information arbitrage is not insider trading. Okay, so yeah, Dawn looks pretty attractive. I mean, there's no way it hits $1 billion in revenue. I mean, that would be... Could it? Chat, could it? Now I'm getting greedy. Now I'm getting real greedy. Oh, I was adding patience instead of revenue. Patience or not. Yeah, but still. Either way, it kind of is the same. You get a double. If you're lucky, a triple. But a biopharma, like the takeover would be like $20, $25.